9/11 in 2001 was obviously just a tragic day in the history of America and really the history of the world. But I had lost a really tough 5-star to Lleyton Hewitt just about a week earlier at the U.S. Open, and was getting tested for. I had been cramping and had heat stroke, so I was getting tested with my sweat test and everything down in Georgia, and I couldn't believe what happened. I couldn't fly out. I had to end up driving back to Tampa, and it was just a tough time for the country to not know what was going to happen after that and not know really what to make of the world.
Just won the US Open, obviously my first major, about a day and a half before it actually happened, and I was meant to be going to the World Trade Center the Monday morning for photos and do interviews there with the trophy and whatever, and in the end they changed it to Grand Central Station.
Yeah, I was in Greensboro, North Carolina. I remember I was in high school. I think I was about a sophomore, and some little kid came running into our classroom and said that a plane has hit one of the World Trade Centers, and we were all kind of in disbelief. You know, everyone at that time, was just in shock.
Yeah, my memories of 9/11. I was in Los Angeles. Woke up probably around 7 o'clock in the morning in Los Angeles, and by that time, it was 10 o'clock on the East Coast, and everything had already happened, and I was trying to get caught up.
Really, a lot of the other things that you think are important on the back burner, and I was just lucky. My father worked in the city a lot. I called him, and immediately as soon as I heard about it, and was happy to hear his voice and know that he was okay and that my whole family was okay, and it made me realize that that's the most important thing.
No idea until we landed in Sydney, and police came on the plane because that plane had come from New York originally, and it was a bit of sombering time, I guess, and you sort of reflect with, I won probably the biggest tennis tournament of my career to date, but then, something had happened, in the world where I just won that tournament that, the tennis tournament didn't really mean that much at the time.
Our teacher turned on a TV for us. We saw it go down, and the next thing you know, another plane hit the second tower, and really all hell broke loose from there. It was just a terrible, terrible scene, and I just remember everybody just being so quiet and just not knowing what to say.
Just watched everything on TV unfold. It's very surreal, and obviously, one of those memories that you remember exactly where you were and what you were doing.
It's just one of the most horrible things that's ever happened in our history, and the 10-year anniversary is coming up, so that's going to be very special.